What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you guys, and this is going to be part 3 and the final part of my Blu-ray collection overview for this year. So hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm gonna get started. Thank you guys so much for watching the first 2 parts and for the comments that I got. I really appreciate it. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this part. So I'm gonna get started, and we're going to start with the Q's. This is where I left off at the P's, and now we're gonna start with the Q's. But the first one is Quarantine, and then the quiet ones, and then from there we go to the R's. First one is Reanimator, Real Still, Rebel Without a Cause, Red Riding Hood. This is the alternate cut, and I think it comes with a theatrical cut as well. Reservoir Dogs, the first Resident Evil Steelbook, and then I got the other 3 sequels in Steelbook format. So we got Apocalypse, Extinction, and Afterlife, and then I have just the standard version of Retribution. Then we got the awesome Scream Factory edition of Return of the Living Dead. Love that. It's one of my new favorite Scream Factory releases that they brought out. The Revenant, The Ring with that Best Buy exclusive lenticular slipcover that came out about, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, sorry, got stuck together. Rise of the Planet of the Apes with that awesome slipcover. Really good movie. I enjoyed that one. Can get that in. Then we got Road Games. This is from Umbrella Releasing. This will be in my next update. So got that really cheap on eBay for $14.98 brand new. So couldn't beat that. Then we got the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Rock of Ages, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion, the 15th Anniversary Edition, Room, one of my favorite movies of last year. We got The Ruins, Safe Haven, Salem's Lot, the original, love that movie. Then we got The Sandlot with that cool, and these are sticking together, sorry, with that cool slipcover. This is the 20th Anniversary Edition of The Sandlot. Like I said, I love that slipcover with it, just awesome. Kind of rare now with the slipcover. You don't see the slipcover on it very much anymore. Then we got the out-of-print Code Red edition of Savage Streets. Love that movie. Might be my favorite Linda Blair movie. I know you have The Exorcist and everything, but I love Hell Night, Savage Streets, Roller Boogie. Those are great Linda Blair movies in my opinion. And then we got Saving Mr. Banks, great movie. The first 3 Saw movies in a triple pack. Saw 6. And Saw the Final Chapter. I don't have 4 or 5. 4 was okay. I might get that if I get it cheap. 5 I was really disappointed in, so I don't own that one. Then we got Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. One of my favorite movies of last year. Just an awesome film, and if you've never seen this, I highly recommend checking it out. Great comedy mixed with horror, but mostly comedy elements, comedic elements. Love that movie. And then we got Scream, Scream 4, or Scream the first 3 movies and the 2 documentaries, and then Scream 4. Session 9, The Sentinel, Serpent and the Rainbow, some great Scream Factory releases. Sex and the City the movie, and Sex and the City 2. The Shallows, great movie from this year. And we have one of my favorite modern comedies, She's Out of My League. Shelter, Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes Game of Shadows. Then we got The Shining, Shockwaves, Shocker, Showgirls, Shutter Island, Silent Hill, Silent Night, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Then we got Silver Linings Playbook, Sin City, love that movie. Sinister, the first movie. 16 Candles. Skyfall. Skyline. The 88 Films edition of Slaughterhouse. Great slasher movie. Then we got the first 3 Sleepaway Camp movies on Scream Factory releases. So the first one, the second one, and the third one. Then we got Sleepy Hollow. We have Sleeping Beauty, The Slumber Party Massacre, Snow White and the Huntsman, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, The Social Network, sorry about that, Solar Babies, Sorority Row, the remake to House on Sorority Row. Absolutely love this movie, and I kind of go back and forth if I love the original or remake better, but I love that remake. Awesome movie. And just kind of an awesome kind of modern slasher movie, in my opinion. Very underrated. Another underrated movie is Something Borrowed. I love this movie. I'm a chick flick fan. I like romantic comedies, and I love that movie. The Sound of Music. Southpaw, easily in my top 5 of last year. Love that movie. Very underrated film of last year, in my opinion. Spectre, not as bad as people said it was. I know this one kind of got mixed reviews. You know, Skyfall is a better movie than Spectre, but I still really enjoyed Spectre quite a lot. And I really do hope Daniel Craig comes back at least for one more James Bond movie, because outside of Sean Connery, he's my second favorite. That's my opinion, so loved him in those Bond movies. Even Quantum Solace, which wasn't the greatest, but I thought he was definitely one of the best parts about that movie. Spotlight. Spy, love that. Stage Fright. Stand By Me. The really awesome 2-disc edition of Star Trek, the remake from 2009. Love that edition, love the slipcover. Loaded with bonus features, so just awesome. And then we got Star Trek Into Darkness. Cannot wait to see Beyond. I have not seen that one yet. Another J.J. Abrams movie next to the Star Trek movies is Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's sad that I missed this movie in theaters, but watching it on Blu-ray for the first time, it was an amazing experience. And with Rogue Nation coming out, I'm going to watch all 7 movies, and I cannot wait to rewatch that. And I'm going to go see Rogue Nation in theaters. The Stepfather remake, I enjoyed it. Not as bad as people said it was. It's a fun remake. I like it. So, not the greatest, not the worst remake though. Somewhere in the middle, in my opinion. Doesn't beat the original 2 films. Those are always going to be the best though. But I still like that remake. Stoker. The Strangers, very underrated horror movie in my opinion. Absolutely love that movie. Very creepy, still today. The Arrow edition of The Stuff, great movie. The Steelbook of Sucker Punch, I remember really liking this movie in theaters, and then I saw it again when it first came out on Blu-ray. But it's been some years since I've watched it, so I really need to sit down and watch that movie again. Super 8, love this J.J. Abrams movie. It might be my second or third favorite J.J. Abrams movie. Star Wars being number 1 in my opinion. I'd say probably, and I'm probably in the minority here, that says I like Star Trek Into Darkness better than the first Star Trek. Then I'd probably say Super 8 and then Star Trek 2009. But I love all those movies, so there's not one that I think is terrible from J.J. Abrams out of those 4 movies. Then we got Sunshine Cleaning, Swamp Thing, Sweeney Todd, Take Me Home Tonight, great underrated comedy of this decade. Then we got The Talented Mr. Ripley, Tarzan, the animated movie, love that, saw it in theaters. Then we got some of the Ninja Turtle movies minus the third one, which as a kid I loved. As an adult, it's terrible, so I don't own that one. These are cheesy, but I love the first two Ninja Turtle movies a lot. And we got the first one, that's great. Second one, like I said, really cheesy, but that one I love watching. Then we got the reboot from 2014 or 2013. But yeah, I think 2014. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And then Out of the Shadows, which was actually, and I still haven't seen the whole movie. I know it's terrible, but from what I've saw, I thought it was actually a better movie. So I think I just was really tired that night, so I stopped the movie, so I got to rewatch it. Yeah, I thought it was better than the first one, though, from what I've seen. And then we got the first Ted, and then Ted 2, the Terminator, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Love that. Love the first two movies a lot, and I actually love most of the movies besides Salvation, which I just really enjoy that movie. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machine. Like I said, love the movie. That was the first Terminator movie I saw in theaters. Then Salvation, saw that in theaters. Definitely a better theater experience, just because it's a lot of fun. It was great on the big screen, but I still like the movie. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. And then this, I feel, is very underrated. I love Genesis. I thought Genesis was awesome. Yes, they kind of changed the storyline around and some characters, but I loved it. I absolutely loved that movie. Then we got Terror Train, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 from Scream Factory. Then we have the remake from 2003, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Beginning, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D, which I absolutely loved. That Awkward Moment, John Carpenter's The Thing from Scream Factory, the prequel, which I really enjoyed, saw this in theaters, had a lot of fun with it. Besides some kind of sketchy CGI, I really liked it a lot. This Is Where I Leave You, the first Thor. What really got me hooked onto Chris Hemsworth was this movie, but also just what kind of made me a fan of Thor, because I really didn't know the character before I saw this movie. So love this edition. Love the slipcover with it, very glossy. So, and then Thor: The Dark World, definitely not as good as the first movie, but I still really enjoyed Thor: The Dark World. Can't wait for the third movie. So, all right, going down to the last row, and sorry if I have to move the camera and it's kind of bumpy, but continuing on with the teas, we have Titanic, love that movie. To All a Good Night, Tom at the Farm, great suspenseful, kind of a thriller slash drama, but yeah, I love that. So Tomorrowland, Tomb Raider, the first movie, just a lot of fun. The second one I'm not a fan of, but I really enjoyed the first one when I saw it when it first came out, so on VHS. I didn't see that one in theaters. Total Recall, the original, and then the remake, which looked really bad from the trailers, but I saw this movie in theaters and I really enjoyed the remake a lot. So I think for me, at the time when this movie was coming out, Colin Farrell just had starred in the Friday Night remake, which at the time I was not a fan of. It's actually grown on me over the years. But when I was going into the Total Recall remake, I wasn't expecting much, just because I did not like the Friday Night remake at the time, and I wound up really enjoying this film a lot. So, got the steelbook of that when it came out. Tower Heist, Towering Inferno, and then I got the Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3. Cannot wait for the fourth one. It was a little sketchy at first on where they would go with the story, but I'm actually really excited to see it too, because I love the first three Toy Story movies. And if they did not make a fourth one, that would have been a fantastic trilogy. So, then we got the Town That Dreaded Sundown original, and then remake slash sequel of the Town That Dreaded Sundown. really enjoy the first one. Love the and I really enjoy the sequel slash remake. I thought they were both solid movies. Trainwreck, Transcendence, not as bad as people said it was. I actually really like that movie. So then we got the Transformers live action movies. You have the first film, which in my opinion is a great movie, great story, overall great acting. Some of it's kind of sketchy at times. And then just the effects in this movie are amazing. So the first film, in my opinion, is a great movie. I love that movie. The sequels are a lot of fun, but they're definitely not as good as the first film. But you do have the second one, which I saw in theaters and I really enjoyed. Still really enjoy it. Dark of the Moon is my least favorite of the live action movies. And it's actually kind of grown on me over the years because when I first saw it, I thought it was just okay. But it kind of gets better with every watch. And then Age of Extinction, this one got the worst reviews, but in my opinion, it was better than the third one. My only complaint is this movie is way too long, and I feel like that last half, they could easily have cut it down and not made it just another hour of dragging on. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot, so overall. And then we got Tree of Life, which I haven't opened yet, but I got this for $3 at Big Lots, and I've always wanted to see it, just have not had a chance to watch it. I really haven't been in the mood, so it's one of those movies you really got to be in the mood to watch from what I've heard. But I've heard nothing but good things about it. Trick or Treat, love that movie. The original Tron, love it. And I really enjoy Tron Legacy a lot. So, sad they're not doing the third movie. I really wish they would. Hopefully they do in the future. But yeah, I love the first film, and like I said, I really enjoy the second one a lot. I think those are kind of underrated movies in my opinion, and kind of just an underrated series. So, I hope that they do a third one. And then movies that a lot of people hate, but I really enjoy them, so... we got the first 3 Twilight movies. Yeah, I've seen most of them in theaters, so, and I'm proud to say that I actually really enjoyed these movies. So, the first film I saw in theaters, really enjoyed it. Second one, not my favorite, I think probably my least favorite one. Eclipse, I will actually say that I love that movie. I thought it was great, and I think that the director was a perfect choice because he was familiar with the vampire genre because he directed 30 Days of Night. So for me, I love Eclipse. And then you have Breaking Dawn Part 1, the extended edition, which I've not watched the extended edition, but I remember really liking it in theaters. And the one I didn't see in theaters, but I wound up really enjoying years on when I finally saw it, was Part 2. So, got those really cheap online. Then we got Under the Bed, Urban Legend, one of my favorites, V for Vendetta, the original Vacation, and then the somewhat sequel slash remake Vacation, which I loved. Definitely surprised me because I hated the trailers. I did not like them at all. I thought it was going to be horrible, and I wound up loving it, so that was awesome. Definitely surprised me. And then Vegas Vacation, I have all the vacation movies except for the terrible Christmas Vacation 2, which I don't think a lot of people saw. But I have all the other ones, so big fan of that series. Then we have Videodrome, the Criterion edition. Love this film. Awesome movie in my opinion. And one of my favorite David Cronenberg movies. I have a good majority of his movies. There's a couple of others I want to get. Then we got John Carpenter's Village of the Damned, which I've always loved. This is the Scream Factory edition. One of their better, newer releases that have come out. The documentary is amazing, and you find out a lot of interesting things behind the scenes of this movie, and the making of it was just... They went into detail about the making of it, so very impressed with that Scream Factory edition. The Vow, I love chick flicks, love that movie. John Carpenter's The Ward, which I love. I know it got a lot of crap when it came out, but I love it. Then we got Warm Bodies, Love that movie. Definitely surprised me because I thought it was just going to be an okay movie. Wound up really loving the premise and just loving the movie. So, Warrior, one of my favorite movies. Just fantastic and kind of makes you want to tear up at times. There's certain moments in the movie. So, but I love that movie. It has a lot of heart to it too. The Warriors, which was great. I believe this is, yeah, the Ultimate Director's Cut. Then we got the Director's Cut of Watchmen in the Steelbook, which I love this movie. Kind of it was a somewhat underrated movie. I think of 2009, you know, people talked about it, and then it kind of just drifted away, and no one really talked about it anymore. So, but I loved Watchmen. Love that movie. Then we got, I think it's We. Directed by Madonna. I have not seen it yet. I know I gotta watch it. I really got it last year because I was in a huge, and still am, in a huge Madonna kick. But I know I was seeing her live and at the Rebel Heart tour, and I wanted to pick up anything Madonna. So found this cheap at work, and I gotta watch it. I like the song that she made for this movie, and I gotta check that out. Then we got Weekend, the Criterion Edition. Great gay theme movie. Love that. Weird Science, which is signed by, let's see, I don't even know his name in the movie, but that kid right there is one of the lead kids. So, but yeah, I love that movie. Then we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit, When Harry Met Sally, Whiplash, one of my favorite movies of 2014. Love that. Awesome movie. Or 2015 or 2014. I believe it's 2014. I could be wrong, but I love that movie. Either way, one of my favorites of the recent years. Winter's Tale, Wild, Wish I Was Here, which kind of was underrated. You know, it really, I think I got mixed reviews mostly, but I really enjoyed this movie. The Witch Steelbook, this is the Canadian version. Thank you to my buddy Pat for getting this for me. I love this movie. I know a lot of horror movie fans were not a fan of this, but I loved it. I thought it was greatly done. You know, it's a very simple story. There's not any, like, you know, over-the-top scary things going on in this movie. Like I said, it's a simple story, but the atmosphere is creepy. The acting's well done. And I really love that. So, very impressed with that movie. Then we got Witchboard. And Witchboard 2, grew up with those movies. I love them. Wizard of Oz. The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolverine. Wreck-It Ralph. The first 5 Wrong Turn films in this pack. The first one I love, some I really enjoy, and then others I hate, but I got this for like $13.98 online, so I couldn't pass that up. And I didn't have any of those movies on Blu-ray. I had 6, but that movie, in my opinion, sucks, so I don't own part 6. Then we got Xanadu, which is really just fun. Cheesy beyond cheese, but I really enjoy it. Then we got X-Men Origins Wolverine, one that's actually grown on me over the years. I thought it was okay when I saw it in theaters, but it was never one that really wowed me. And it still doesn't wow me now, but I really enjoy it more with every watch. So, and then we got X-Men First Class. Love that movie. I thought this was a awesome comeback to the series. X-Men Days of Future Past. This comes with a theatrical cut and the Rogue cut, which I prefer the Rogue cut. I love the theatrical cut, but I felt like the scenes that they cut out of this movie that involved Rogue was, in my opinion, a bad choice to cut out of, because I thought it really kind of made the story flow better. In my opinion. And I've always been an Anna Paquin and Rogue fan, so ever since I saw her in the first movie, I thought she was an awesome character. So I was really disappointed when we really did not get her in the theatrical cut. But when this cut came out, I was really happy with it and very impressed. So, and then coming up to the last Blu-rays, we have X-Men Apocalypse, which I really enjoyed the first time in theaters. Not as much as Days of Future Past. I think it has some tiny flaws to it, but I'm not one that was completely against this. I know critics really panned this movie, and I don't think it was as bad as what critics said. I really enjoyed the movie a lot. Not as good as Days of Future Past and some of the previous movies, but definitely somewhere in the middle. So, and it's actually better second viewing in my opinion. I had a terrible movie theater experience with teenagers talking in the background, which you get that in theaters now, so I don't really, get too upset with. But still, it's like if I want to watch a movie, I don't want to have commentary in the background. Then we got You Again, which I have a lot of fun with that movie. And then let's see, You're Next, which I love. Saw that 3 times in theaters on the same weekend. Zack and Mira, or Zack and Mira Make a Porno, which this does not have the whole title. Sucks, but we had to censor it at Walmart, so yeah, I didn't like that. But then we got Zombie Beavers, which is just fun. And then Zootopia, which was a great Pixar movie. It's not really Pixar, I just say Disney. So, great Disney movie. So, alright, so that is the Blu-rays. And then real quickly, I do have some TV shows on Blu-ray down here at the bottom. And I'll just show you my DVD TV shows as well. Brothers and Sisters, Season 1 and Season 2. Grounded for Life, Season 1 and 2. Penny Dreadful, Season 1. I have not watched this show yet. I got this for a birthday present. I really need to sit down and watch the show. I've heard nothing but great things about it. Supernatural, Season 1. Got this past summer, the complete True Blood series on Blu-ray. Got it really cheap online. I think I got that for like maybe $120 compared to what it usually goes for. So that was a great price and it was brand new. So love True Blood. Season 1, 2, 5, and 6 of Tales from the Crypt. Gotta get the others. Got the 2 movies on DVD. I might upgrade to the Blu-rays. I don't watch these all the time, so I might just keep the DVD. And then we have the first edition of the Twin Peaks mystery set that comes with, I think, more bonus features than the new version. And let me know if the new version kind of opens up like this. I know the original set does that, but yeah, I love Twin Peaks. Can't wait for the new TV show next year, so gotta start watching that again and revisit the series. And then the first 4 seasons of The Walking Dead. I'm way behind on that show. I stopped after season 4. I think I saw the first episode of season 5, and I liked it, just got kind of behind and was doing other things, so I need to really sit down and watch the show again. But I got season 1, the cool Blu-ray set, which is awesome. I think it comes with, I believe it comes with the black and white version of the pilot episode. Still probably one of my favorite seasons. Even though it was a shorter season, I still really enjoyed that. Season 2, which I really enjoyed. I haven't seen, and it's a little dusty, sorry. I haven't seen the later seasons, but I think this was, from what I've saw, the best season. The last best season that I saw was the 3rd season. I loved that season. I was hooked on it. And then season 4 was alright. I own it. I actually own the whole zombie standee, not statue, but the cool little set. I have him over on another shelf, but season 4, like I said, was alright. I was not too crazy about it. I thought it kind of started off really good and kind of slightly went downhill a little bit. Some storylines between some of the characters was great, but overall, not the greatest season in my opinion. But I hear season 5 and 6 were awesome, and I've heard so far that season 7's really good, so I gotta get back into that show. But that is going to be the Blu-ray portion of my Blu-ray collection overview. Let me just kind of give you a overall view again on what my Blu-ray collection looks like. So thank you guys so much for watching. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit more of these Blu-rays in this video, that way it wasn't as short, but you will see this weekend. So I appreciate you guys watching all these parts. Hope you guys enjoyed them. I'm next going to tackle the DVDs, probably in the next week or two. So you will see a DVD collection overview. This is what my DVDs look like now. It's obviously went down a lot because I've upgraded a lot of them to Blu-ray, and I've gotten rid of a lot of movies that I just don't watch anymore. So hope you guys enjoy this part coming up soon, and thank you guys so much for watching my Blu-ray collection overviews. So I'll talk to you guys later. As always, you guys are awesome, you guys rock. In with the positive, out with the negative, and go eat some Skittles. Alright guys, bye.